Chapter 2: The Earliest People. Scientists believe that life started on the Earth about 3,500 million years ago. It was around 1.5 million years ago that man appeared on the Earth for the first time. The study of fossils, the old remains of our early ancestors that have hardened with the passage of time and impressed into rocks, indicate that they were ape men. Their features and living conditions were similar to those of an ape. These apes and monkeys resembling human beings have been called anthropoids, which means man-like animals. Anthropoids took many years to evolve into modern man, Homo sapiens. The Stone Age, as man stopped living on trees, he needed food to feed himself and also some implements to protect himself from wild animals. He used stone to make weapons. Historians have called this period the Stone Age. The Stone Age is broadly divided into three periods: the Old Stone Age or the Paleolithic Age. During the Paleolithic or Old Stone Age, people used stone tools. Why do you think human being needed these stone tools? Throughout the Paleolithic Age, human beings were hunter-gatherers. They lived out in the open, in caves, or under rock overhangs. They gathered plant parts and hunted animals for food. Tools. On the basis of the kind of stone tools used by people, the Paleolithic Age has been further divided into Early Paleolithic, Middle Paleolithic, and Lower Paleolithic Age. Initially, the tools were very crude and looked more like pebbles. They were typically made of flinty stone that chips easily. Some such tools have been found near riverbeds in Punjab and Kashmir Valley in India. The tools of Paleolithic Age can be classified into three categories. Hand tools. These were pear-shaped tools used for cutting or smashing things. They usually had sharp edges on all sides. Core tools. These were made by chipping and shaping large stones. They had sharp edges and were used to cut trees and dig the earth. Examples of these tools include hand axes and hammers. Flint tools. These were made from smaller stone pieces, sometimes those that chipped off large stones while making core tools. They were sharpened and used as choppers and knives, and were used to chop meat and cut through animal skin. Examples include cleavers and scrapers. Many Paleolithic tools have been found in India from the sites like Mirzapur, Uttar Pradesh, Bhimbetka, Madhya Pradesh, Bori, Maharashtra, and Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh. These tools were used for a variety of purposes, for example, to cut meat and bones, scrap bark from trees and animal skins to make clothes, to chop wood and to make spears and arrows for hunting. Later, man learned to make more polished and printed tools such as spears, which helped him further in hunting. Discovery of fire. Next to tool making, another major discovery of the early man was fire. They might have seen the forest fire, or perhaps accidentally two stones were rubbed by one of our far distant ancestors, which created a spark similar to the spark seen in the forest fire. Fire helped early man to get warmth and to light up the dark jungles at night. It might have been used to frighten the wild animals. Gradually, he might have learned to cook food. After all, a cooked piece of meat would have tasted far more better than a raw one. Henceforth, four adventurous ancestors started their experiment cooking. Community life. It is interesting to note that right from the beginning, when man had not even developed the use of a spoken or written language and communicate through signs and sounds, he lived in a group or a community. The reasons are obvious. Community life gave him security and protection. He could also hunt better and gather more food in a group. There must have been a sense of equality within the group, since there was no private property and the entire group was involved in hunting and food gathering. It is also likely that both men and women worked together. Maybe the men hunted, while women gathered fruits and roots. Both were participants in the community life. Active. The Middle Stone Age or the Mesolithic Age. Towards the end of the Paleolithic Age, which lasted for more than 1 million years, the climate started to get warmer. This climatic change resulted in growth of several plant and animal species. It made life easier for the early humans. This period is called the Mesolithic Age. The changes that took place in nature during the Mesolithic Age changed the life of the early hunter-gatherers in many ways. They started making better tools known as microliths. Domestication of plants and animals. The climatic changes in the Mesolithic Age led to the growth of plants like wheat, barley and rice. The Mesolithic hunter-gatherers might have started collecting and eating these seeds. It is also possible that when they observed new plants growing from seeds, they thought of growing their own food. Gradually, they also must have learned that they could tame animals by giving them food. The dog was probably the first animal to be tamed. By the end of the Mesolithic Age, human beings were probably moving towards a more settled life. The plant growers started settling down near water bodies. Later, during the Neolithic Age, they began to stay at one place for longer periods. Mesolithic sites in India. Mesolithic sites are scattered throughout India. Major among these are the sites in the plains of Gujarat, rock shelters of Bhimbetka and Admagarh, Madhya Pradesh, Chota Nagpur, Jharkhand, sites along the banks of the river Ganga between Ghazipur and Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, Bagodiya and Buddha Pushkar, Rajasthan, Birbhanpur, West Bengal, Sanganakallu, Karnataka, etc. The New Stone Age or the Neolithic Age. The Neolithic Age extended roughly from 8000 BCE to 4000 BCE. In some places, however, the Neolithic culture continued even as late as 1000 BCE. In the Neolithic Age, the life of the early humans changed completely. They began cultivation and domestication of animals. During this period, humans began to live in settlements. All these developments are referred to as the Neolithic Revolution.